chakra series, focusing on the throat chakra. So get comfortable, come to a comfy space on your mat. I like to bring blocks and a pillow for this practice. You don't need it, I just like it for a little bit more support. Like I said, get comfortable and let's flow. In a comfortable seated position, I like to bring a pillow right underneath my hips, just for me to be able to sit up a little bit taller. Just allows me to have a little bit more space in my hips. Allows me to sit up tall and really feel supported in this posture. So welcome to our continued series for the chakra series. We're focusing on the throat chakra. This is a very big, powerful chakra. It is attributed and tied to the color blue and tied to the element air. And blue can be a very calming color, and air can kind of give this like fluid, graceful element, right? And so, as we think about those things and what that means to the throat chakra, I want us to kind of bring those elements, those visuals into our practice as we move, right? So, we really want to allow ourselves and affirm our bodies and our brains that this is a safe space and that we want to be able to tend to our throat chakra. Because our throat chakra is about opening up ourselves, being able to express how we feel, express our beliefs, being able to feel creative and strong in those feelings, right? So just kind of important, especially in a time in the world where it's scary or maybe gives you anxiety to speak your truth or to stand firm in what you believe in. And so being able to come onto the mat, tend to those feelings, process those feelings so that we can go off the mat and be able to move a little bit easier, right? So now that we know a little bit more about the throat chakra, I want us to come into the seated position and visualizing a blue ball of energy at our throat. So this blue ball of energy is really going to move us through this practice. I want us to move through each posture, leading our movements with this ball of blue energy, okay? So sitting here, getting acquainted with our breath, I want us to bring a vocal breath, right? So I want us to start kind of opening up the vocal cords, the areas, the nerves, muscles in that neck area. So we're going to inhale in with a vocal breath and exhale out with a vocal breath. So you can breathe out or you can keep your breath in by keeping your lips closed as well, whatever feels good. Just keep that vocal breath. So as you're breathing, I want us to check in our body, sit up tall, maybe allow the hips to sink down, loosen the shoulders and the hands at our knees. Maybe bring the shoulder blades together, tucking the chin in slightly, continuing with that vocal breath. Good. We're going to, if you have blocks, bring those blocks to your sides. You don't need them in this practice. It just brings like a little bit more accessibility and allows you to feel and sit up a little bit taller. So bringing those blocks to our sides, our hands are sinking into those blocks. I'm gonna sink into that left hand. Inhale in, bring that right arm all the way up and exhale over, getting a really deep side body bend. Continuing with that vocal breath, inhaling in. Exhaling out. Good. We release that hand. Bringing that right hand down, we inhale in, bring that left arm up, and exhale, side body bend. Again, bring that breath. Good. Come all the way back down, sitting up tall. We're gonna move those blocks a little over the side, that way we're ready for our future movements. But we're gonna come into a seated cat-cow. And we're really gonna focus on opening the throat. So I'm gonna bring my hands together, clasp them together, bring them right underneath my chin in the same movement. So inhale in, we're gonna sink our belly out, opening the chest up, and we're really bringing exaggeration to the neck. Inhaling in, exhale, we're gonna bring our hands, put them on top of our head. Exhale out, we're gonna round that spine, and those hands are gonna kind of find a deeper stretch for the back of the neck. Good. Inhaling in, we bring those hands right underneath our chin. Inhale in, we lift up, bringing space to the front of the neck. Exhale, we bring our hands to the back of our head. Exhale, round the spine. One more time, bringing the hands underneath our chin. Inhaling in, really exaggerating that motion. Exhale, bringing the hands behind the neck. Exhale, we round the spine. Good. Releasing those hands, coming into a neutral, powerful, tall, seated position. Here we're going to come into a bit of a neck and jaw face massage, right? So these muscles often get really constricted just from overday use, tension, anxiety, stress. And so when we release these muscles, we feel less pain, less tension in our neck and shoulders, and it moves through the body, right? So we're gonna bring our right hand, think about sitting up tall, grabbing our right hand, and coming over to this really thick muscle called the SCM muscle. It's really thick, it helps us rotate our neck. So rotate your neck just slightly, bringing that right hand, you're gonna grab onto that muscle, and you're just gonna slowly move your head back and forth. So you're gonna let that muscle kind of slip between the fingertips. And you're gonna keep going down the muscle as it releases and just giving a good little massage, pin and stretch movement to really open the front of the neck. Good. And do that on the other side. So sitting up tall, grabbing our left hand, going over to that muscle, holding on to it and rotating, moving that head side to side and letting that muscle kind of hang and slip out of the fingers and making our way down that muscle. So no rush, just kind of moving slowly and gently, noticing maybe what side feels a little bit more tense. Good. As we finish that up, we're going to do a jaw massage. So we're going to bring our fingertips right to the jawline and we're going to do some circular motions all the way up to the tops of the cheeks. Good. You're going to release and come back down and just continue those circular motions. This really helps if you are a jaw clencher or are just kind of overly stressed and anxious. We often hold a lot of tension in this area of the face. So taking some time to release is really important. Good. Couple more seconds. Inhale in, exhale out. We release that massage. Good job. We are going to come into a tabletop position. So I'm going to move this pillow out from underneath me. I'm going to bring those blocks so that they're right underneath my wrists. I'm going to bring my knees so that they're right underneath my hips. Good. We're going to come into a cat-cow position. So again, I want you to think about that blue energy right at our throat, and it's leading our movement. So inhale in, we sink that belly down, opening the throat, opening up the heart space. Exhale, we round the spine. Inhale in, we're dropping the belly down, opening up the heart, opening the throat, creating space. Exhale, rounding the spine. One more time, sinking the belly down, opening that throat, looking up at the sky. Exhale, chin to chest. Good. We're going to bring our knees back slightly, and we're going to remove the blocks because it's easier to kind of bring the forearms on the mat. We're going to come into a puppy posture. So I'm going to sink the chest down. If your chin meets the chest, if your chin meets the mat, that's awesome. If it doesn't, that's okay too. Just taking a moment here, maybe we move our knees back just a little bit more. You know your body best. Create space in your body so that you can feel a deep stretch in the front of the pecs, the chest, and allow that space in the neck. Taking a few moments here. Bring that vocal breath back. Good. One more breath in. Exhale. Slowly coming back through, lifting our hands up, and we're going to slowly make our way to our back. Taking your time, there's no rush. Gently moving our bodies to meet the mat. Good. We're going to shift our hips over towards the right, extending that left leg. We inhale and we sink that right knee over into a spinal twist, looking over our right shoulder, opening up the throat, opening up the spine. Inhaling in. Good. Exhaling out, we release. You're going to shift those hips over to the left, extend that right leg, inhale, exhale, bring that right knee all the way over, looking towards our left shoulder. Inhaling in, exhaling out. Good. Coming back through here. If you have that block, I really want you to grab it. And we're all, if you have the block, I'm going to bring it right between the shoulder blades. So here you can keep your feet on the mat, or you can extend your legs out, but bringing this block underneath the shoulder blades allows the heart to open up, the chest to open up, and then it gives us a deep stretch in the throat. And so our chin is able to create space and point up towards the sky. And here is a very big throat chakra opener. So we're going to settle into this posture for a few moments. Again, you can keep your feet on the mat, brings a little bit more security and support, or you can extend your legs out, whatever feels good in your body. I want us to really think about that blue ball of energy and even that fluidity, that grace, that gracefulness of the air element, and kind of bring it to that throat chakra, allowing our brain and our body to find safety here, to find space, comfort. Bringing that vocal breath back into play here. Inhaling in, exhaling out. Good. Inhaling in one more time. Exhaling out. We gently lift up. Remove that block from our shoulders and come to lay into our final posture of Shavasana. So I want you to bring your shoulder blades together. I want your palms to be facing up. And I want you to lift your chin slightly up so that your throat still has that space. And so it has room for that blue ball of energy. Taking a moment to let this practice sink into our bodies, into our nervous system, and our energetic system. Thank you for joining this practice. Inhaling in, we're all going to bring our hands to our third eye, taking a deep inhale in, exhale out. For joining this practice. Be sure to drink lots of water and give yourself a lot of grace as you move off the mat today. This is a very vulnerable chakra, and so it's good to just kind of rest and take it easy and give yourself and others grace. Be sure to check out next week's video on Sundays. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate all the support.